The discovery of gold brought a lively flurry of activity to this ghost town, and a romance turning into a love triangle resulted in a mysterious turn of events that left its mark in this town's history. We'll show you this interesting place right here on Ghost Towns and More. If you love scenic, beautiful forested areas with history to go with it, then a drive through central Idaho is for you. Located in the Salmon River country, the Yankee Fork River tributary became a hot spot for activity when gold was discovered here in 1876. Early prospectors were so optimistic about their finds that when a new camp settlement turned town began to develop, the name Bonanza seemed like the right fit with its high hopes of prosperity. Charles Franklin from Bodie, California, realized the abundant opportunities for real estate sales here and began selling lots in the town in 1877. The new mine was called the General Custer, and it attracted many who were looking for business opportunities. And by 1881, various businesses had opened up, including the first newspaper in the county called the Yankee Fork Herald. The population at that time was over 600 residents. Bonanza differed from other mining boom towns of the era in that much of the mining activity was outside of town. The rowdy atmosphere typical of boom towns was absent and provided sports fields and a racetrack for town residents to enjoy. About 2 miles to the northeast, another town got started called Custer. Both Bonanza and Custer grew in prosperity about the same time while the mining boom was underway. One couple who lived in Bonanza was that of Richard and Lizzie King. Richard worked in real estate, and Lizzie was an entrepreneur. On July 12, 1879, a heated argument between Lizzie's husband Richard and a fellow business partner turned tragic when Richard was shot and killed. Lizzie was now alone, and her husband's body was buried just west of town, close to where the town cemetery is located today. Lizzie began a courtship with another town resident, Charles Franklin. They planned to marry sometime in 1880. Lizzie also opened the Yankee Fork Dance Hall in May of that year. In a sudden turn of events, Lizzie decided to change course, and people were surprised to see her courting a new man, Robert Hawthorne. The couple married in August. This surprise change must have been a devastating blow to Charles. 6 days after the new couple wed, they were both found shot to death. Charles was suspect, but some reports said the new couple was arguing just before gunshots were heard, and some assumed it was a murder-suicide. Both bodies were buried next to Lizzie's first husband, Richard. No one was charged in the murders. However, Charles soon moved and lived in a secluded cabin about 20 miles away. Years later, he was found dead with a locket containing a picture of Lizzie inside his hand. The case has remained a mystery ever since. The Bonanza Cemetery is located a half-mile to the west, and Lizzie's grave, as well as those of her 2 husbands, are separate from the town cemetery and clearly marked. Time went on with the town of Bonanza, but tragedy struck again when much of the town was burned in 1889, forcing many to relocate to nearby Custer. By the following year, the population had dropped to just 136. The rich ores of the mining operations began tapering off, and by 1910, the town was abandoned. Mining activity continued off and on in the area for some years. Then in 1939, a resurgence of activity came when a gold dredge was built just a half-mile north of town that operated successfully until about 1952, producing over $11 million in gold. The dredge has been carefully preserved as a tourist venue where people can tour the inside. Today, Bonanza is a complete ghost, and very little remains of the town. There are a few old buildings and homes in the scenic backdrop of this beautiful location. Nearby Custer has restored buildings and is also a treat to visit when exploring this historical region.